Hey, if you're sitting there wondering if Summerville is super awesome, way cool, spectacular, one of the coolest places in the entire universe to live, today we're going to answer that question.
Yep, we're talking all about Summerville today. All the local stuff and housing options and all of that. If we don't know each other, my name's Mark. This is Jeff. We're with the Charleston Area Living Group, and we talk a lot about Summerville on this channel, a lot about Charleston, Berkeley County, Dorchester County, Charleston County, all over the place. And we get questions all the time from people just like you asking, hey, what's it like living there? So we wanted to do this video, but you can always ask that question via, did I just make up a new word?
You can ask the question. Ask the question.
Via call, text, email, whatever you like. We can do all that. The best way to get a hold of us, though, is to click that link down in the description, and that'll go right into our calendars, and we can book a Zoom call so we can be face-to-face just like we are right now, but we'll actually get to see your reactions and not just ours.
You're very motivated.
Yes.
Doing the pop-how kind of...
It's not a gun.
It's Blue Shirt Day, obviously, by the way.
Yes, Blue Shirt Day.
Yeah. So, first thing is, I am way off kilter in this video. Like, normally, Jeff, here, go talk about this. Okay, if you've seen any of our videos within the studio, I'm always sitting in that chair. And so I came into the studio today and Mark was sitting in that chair. And so I had to sit in his chair, this chair. So I'm feeling like super over.
You actually stopped at the door.
I know. I walked in, I was terrified. I'm like, I don't know if I like this. And he won't move.
Nope.
So I'm just going to wing it here as best I can. So we've both been here in Summerville for, I'm on 12 plus years now. And you're?
I'm on 24 years. I moved here in 1999.
Did you ever watch that show, 24?
Yeah.
Did you like it?
I did like it.
I tried to get into it. I couldn't get into it. That's the plane crash one, right?
Yeah.
I might have to go back to that. It seemed like it was a good show. It had like 1,000 seasons, so people must have really liked it.
Yeah.
And you know that was all filmed here in Summerville.
It was?
No. Oh. No, has nothing to do with Summerville, but I'm going to get back to Summerville now. Like so, all right. So, just some of the, we don't have any great, plan here on what to talk about, but we're just talking about what I love about Summerville.
Yeah.
First thing is, what do you want to talk about first?
Let's talk about the closeness to Charleston.
Yeah. So, Charleston has been one of the it's been number one like 5 out of 6 years or something on Condé Nast travel magazines for the best travel destination. And so
in the world, not just like the States.
The world. Like everywhere. It really gets high reviews. And so that's for Charleston. Summerville is a bedroom community right outside of Charleston, so it still has close proximity to all of the plantations, all the touristy stuff there is downtown. You can go down and do the carriage tours.
There's the big ship. What's it called? The Yorktown.
The Yorktown, yeah. The Yorktown's awesome. Seeing how those people lived on those aircraft carriers.
Oh my gosh.
It's a good trip.
Some of those areas I couldn't fit into. I'm like, y'all go ahead.
There was one, and they used to have a submarine. I don't know if they still have the submarine down there, but the guys were sleeping on top of torpedoes. So they'd have a torpedo, and then this bunk would roll down. So if you're a Navy veteran, thank you, because you didn't have. I'm actually going on a cruise this weekend, and it's going to be nothing like living in those aircraft.
I don't think so.
No, it's very. I don't think they bring you margaritas on the U.S.
No, not ever.
Maybe now because it's a tourist thing. So tourism is a big deal here. A lot of people travel here, and we see a lot of destination weddings, and it's just a cool place to live near.
And we're even seeing those people that were traveling to Charleston now are coming out towards Summerville a little bit more. Yeah. And Summerville's kind of become its own destination, as you say.
Yep.
Many times.
There's a lot going on here in Summerville. Between the Sweet Tea Festival, and they have
Azalea Festival,
and all the the Greek Food Festival. I mean, all that stuff is making it out here to Summerville now. So it's just a great opportunity to live here with some cool stuff, but be close to Charleston beaches, all that kind of stuff too.
All right, so I know you love talking about this.
What are we doing?
We both love talking about this.
All right, it's food, right?
It is food.
Yeah. Great
so
food.
why is there such good food here in Charleston?
So here's what we figured out. Now this is not guaranteed, but we think we have a reason why all this good food is here. Top 2 culinary schools in the country, depending on who you ask, are going to be one of the two. Culinary Institute of America or Johnson & Wales. One's in Hyde Park, New York. One's in Providence, Rhode Island. Johnson and Wales, which Mark and I both think are the premier school,
Yes.
but some people would argue, but they're stupid. They used to have a satellite school here in Charleston. And so a lot of the chefs were trained here. That school is now up in Charlotte. It was here for a long time. And we think a lot of the chefs that trained here love the town so much that they stayed here. And that's why we have such a vibrant food lifestyle going on here in Charleston.
And now that Summerville is becoming so big, those restaurants are now coming out to Summerville. So we used to only have Halls downtown. We have a Halls right here now.
Steakhouse, top 10 steakhouse.
It's in here, right here next to it.
It's like 100 yards from us right now.
Of course, there's all the chains, and then Poogan's,
Vicious Biscuit. There's a lot of really cool Mount Pleasant, Charleston restaurants that have moved out here to the next in Summerville area.
Yeah,
including Swig and Swine, which is my favorite barbecue place. They have amazing. I can tell you Swig and Swine's story. I went in one time, so I always went in and got the brisket, and I went in with my friend Dave to get lunch there, and I ordered the brisket because the brisket's amazing. And he's looking at me like I have 3 heads. He's like, "What are you doing?" I'm like, "I'm ordering brisket. What are you talking about?" He said, "Have you not tried the grilled cheese brisket sandwich?" And I said, "No, I had not." And he immediately looked at the waitress and said, "Cancel his order. Bring him that." And so I'm like, get a little pushy, you know? I'm an experienced eater here. I know what I want. Come to Summerville. Go get a grilled cheese brisket sandwich from Swig and Swine. It'll change your life.
He made me have it, and it was really
it's
good.
Amazing.
I really
the good food scene.
Yeah, good food scene. All right, so let's talk about the different housing options here. Obviously, we are realtors, and housing is super important to us.
Yeah.
People from not here
Right.
are thinking, okay, that's great. You got all this stuff going on.
Yep.
But what about housing? Are there nice big communities? Is there golf cart communities? Let's talk about all this.
Yeah, so I would say, let's say what there isn't. There's not 40-acre ranches here available in Summerville.
Nope.
If you're looking for oceanfront property here in Summerville, it's not for you. Other than that, we really have just about everything that people could want. So we've got amazing 55 pluses.
Yep.
East Coast, capital of the universe in the 55 plus space.
7 different ones
Yeah,
right now.
and more coming.
Yeah.
So condos, not a ton of condos, but some.
More
They're nice.
townhouses than condos.
Lots of townhouses. The builders saw, I think it started with the ones out in Cane Bay.
Yeah.
The one builder, who was the builder? Was it Horton?
D.R. Horton.
Yeah, D.R. Horton put some townhouses in Cane Bay, and I think you sold 2 of them, didn't you?
I sold 5 of them.
5. Mark sold half the neighborhood in Cane Bay. So they saw, like, these townhouses went immediately, and so a lot of the other builders saw, hey, this makes sense.
It's a huge opportunity,
There's a lot of townhouses around now, brand new, newer single family, and older single families. So some people want the 80s vibe. We've got those neighborhoods too, with a little bit more, I think we automatically assume because you and I like the big open spaces that everybody likes that, and that's not the case. Some people like their houses more compartmentalized in an 80s style, and so we've got all of that here.
Yep. And the open floor plans don't have to be super open, like you're saying. Even in the newer style homes, some of the builders have kind of sectioned off little things that still has access to that open floor plan.
Yeah.
But it's kind of its own little space too. So I kind of like that there's those different options.
And part of that is the vast number of new builders that are active in Summerville. So we've got, I don't know what it is, it's got to be 25 builders that are building homes in neighborhoods here. So when you meet with us in a Zoom call before you come to town, typically we kind of get focused in on certain builders that we think you'll like. And it's all driven by price point, of course, but lots and lots of options, from little ranches to big ranches, little 2 stories, big 2 stories, townhouses. We've got everything here in Summerville.
And tell them the 3 different ways you can buy a house, just so we say it in all our videos, but just so we
existing home that is already owned by somebody else. We go in, and the closing time on something like that is typically 30 to 40 days.
Yep.
Right in that ballpark. The next thing is specs. So this is a new home that a builder, and there are builders that are only doing specs. Horton, Lennar, there's multiple ones that are only doing specs right now. And they typically take them up to drywall, and then they release them to the MLS. They're going to be done anywhere from 6 weeks to even up to 6 months in some of them.
Right.
But everything is already picked. They're laid out very nicely, and they put nice stuff in them. It's not like a bargain basement, although we do have a couple of those. Even.
Right.
That are lower price points. So that's a spec home. So that's cool because It comes with the new home warranties, brand new. As we've said many times, nobody else's toenails in the carpet. That's disgusting, but it's true. And so that's a spec home. And then you could also build here, and this is not where, you can't do this everywhere. You still build from the ground up. So I want to pick this lot, I want to put this model on this lot, and you can pick your everything. And we even have builders now. We're doing a contract this week with one of the builders here, True Homes. They're kind of a middle of the road, semi-custom, yeah. So we were able to go in with our clients and be like, okay, we like this, but we want this room to be a little bit bigger. We want to move this over here, and we want to put the toilet there, and so they can move things around a little bit. So there's
to a point,
up to a certain point. I wonder if they could put a urinal in a bathroom.
They might for you. I don't think they do it for everybody, but they might for you.
Listen, tell me that doesn't make sense. It's not weird. When you go in the bathroom at the restaurant, do you go into the urinal or do you go to the toilet with the little seat?
I go to the urinal because the restaurant is trying to
go there
shorter.
Because it's convenient. And I think the builders are missing out, and they should be putting not standard, but an option for urinals, and I would do it.
So maybe while watching this video, one of the builders will take off.
Wouldn't that be amazing?
That would be
if
great.
we got some email like, hey, we've decided to put urinal options they'd probably charge too much.
So let's talk about master plan communities, because some people moving to the area may not have ever heard what a master plan community is. We've got some...
I didn't have where I came from.
Award-winning master plan communities here. So Nexton is one of them.
Yep.
Cane Bay Plantation, Summers Corner, your neighborhood, Carnes Crossroads.
Yep.
I would say those are probably the big four is what I would call it.
Yeah,
Is there one I'm missing?
Probably the Ponds is
Ponds is up there,
it's not quite as big as those other ones.
And then the pre-owned golf course community over
Westcott.
there. Westcott.
Yep.
So those are probably the big 6, 7 of them.
Yeah.
But a master plan community is not its own town. So some people have really kind of difficulty trying to grasp this concept. So a master plan community is within a town or a city. Most of them are going to be towns. And then within that master plan community, like Cane Bay Plantation has 23 different neighborhoods, or what we call subsections in that neighborhood, in that master plan community. So you could have 15 different builders, 20 different builders in that master plan community called Cane Bay Plantation, which is within Summerville, within the county of Berkeley County, within the state of South Carolina.
Yeah, and so they very often have, there's even different ones, different styles, I guess I would say. So Carnes, for instance, or Summers Corner is more one builder within the big master plan community, and you typically have a bigger amenity center because it's just being done by one builder. So for instance, in my neighborhood in Carnes, which we have a video out that's showing this, like right now I've got a nice pool, dog parks, play parks, soccer field, a barn, trails, lakes, all of that is already there. And then they're also doing a new club there, which is gonna have the pickleball, the basketball, inside gym. Actually, all the gyms are inside.
Yeah.
Although out in California, what's that one? It's on the beach. There's a.
I don't know.
I think they call it Muscle Beach in
Oh, yeah?
California. Yeah. That's not pertinent to this video at all. But I just listen. Sometimes things pop in my head, and if I don't let them out, my head gets too full. So I just have to talk about it. So, big amenity centers. Nexton's is gorgeous.
Oh yeah.
It's
Midtown Club.
So I think, actually, Nexton, Carnes, and Summers Corner, when they're all done, are going to have very similar amenity centers.
Yes.
Because there's a big monster one in the non-55 section of Summers Corner called the Club.
I think so.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And it's coming. So it's just great stuff in these neighborhoods. My family loves it. I bought a golf cart this year because we just like to go out and do the stuff that's in our own community.
And then on the flip side of that, you have a place like where I live, Cane Bay Plantation. The 23 subsections have their own amenities within each of those subsections. So I don't have a huge pool in my community called the Oaks, but I put a pool in anyways because I like that.
Doesn't matter to you, but it's lovely for everybody else.
Yeah, for everybody else, it's
and you
fine.
Basketball courts.
Yeah, we have
Mark can dunk.
No, I cannot. But, there's swings there. There's a fire pit. They actually just took the basketball hoop down.
Oh, really?
Yeah, they had to donate it to somebody else because it was part of the parking lot, and I guess there was some legal issues with that or whatever.
Stupid.
Yeah, it's kind of silly. It's not
so
like
you can come over to Carnes and play basketball because I'm going to have a basketball hoop.
But the trails within Cane Bay Plantation, if you have a golf cart like Jeff, you could go all the way up to Publix. You can go have your margarita at the Mexican place. You can eat your breakfast via golf cart.
Drunk golf cart driving.
Yeah.
Nothing. There's an incident, Treasure Lake Golf
Berkeley
Course
County.
in Du Bois, Pennsylvania.
Don't listen to that part.
I'm not saying I did it, but I might have hit a tree.
And then, so those golf cart trails are not on the road. Like Jeff's neighborhood, you have to drive on the road with the golf cart. My neighborhood, you can go in through the trails and they go under the road or into the woods to not impede traffic.
And some of these neighborhoods over there, like one of them in particular, a newer neighborhood, a Deer Horton neighborhood, Pine Hills.
Pine Hills, yeah.
It's amazing. They've got,
it's got a water slide.
Gorgeous pool. The only water slide that I can think of in all of
Summerville, I don't know
right?
of any of them in this area, in the Tri-County area.
The Carnes is going to have one.
Okay.
And we don't know about the one out in Summers Corner, but fishing pier, and actually where were we the other day? The True Homes, Homecoming,
yeah.
For a smaller, and this technically not Summerville, it's like right outside Ravenel, but it's right outside Summerville. They have an amazing amenity center for a smaller community with pickleball and a community room, and it was very nice.
Yep. There's certain things as realtors we're not allowed to talk about, like,
Did I say something today?
No.
I haven't broken.
You haven't broken any
today?
rules yet. Yeah.
Videos early. Give
safety and all of that. You have to look up all that on your own. And schools is one of them too. But if you look up at greatschools.com, you'll notice that Berkeley County and Dorchester County, which is Summerville, majority of Summerville.
Yeah, there's like 12
a little
little piece of Charleston.
That's Charleston County. Yeah. They are all good schools. My wife has worked in both of them. Our children have gone to both, and they've been great.
They're not stupid.
Yeah, they're
I've met them.
Almost normal.
They seem like they're fine.
Yeah.
They'll be all right.
But in addition to the public schools, you decided to do a Christian school.
Yeah.
And there's some great options for that as well, right?
Yep. Faith and Northwoods, where my kids go, and a lot of smaller ones, so just for like kindergarten and preschool stuff. A lot of churches do that kind of stuff. But there's a Catholic school, right?
Yep.
I think it's a Catholic school.
I think so, yeah.
I miss Catholics.
Really?
There's not that many Catholics here.
No, there really isn't. There's that one big church in Goose Creek.
I know, but up in Pittsburgh, man, them Catholic ladies at Lent, they could all do them a fish fry with pierogies and oh man, it was so good.
Talk a little bit about how people are down here. Are they
angry?
Are they friendly, angry,
hateful, nasty, disgusting people? They don't shower, a little stinky. Yeah, no,
the hospitality.
Yeah,
is
this
amazing,
Southern
right?
hospitality thing, it's legit. Like people like you out in traffic and go hide. Oh, here's something I'll teach you. Because I didn't know this. If they say bless your heart, it's not nice. that's a little.
I'm sure there's a video the editor can put in here right now.
Yeah.
That says bless your heart.
Yeah. If somebody says, "Oh, bless your heart," here's what that means. Oh, you're an idiot. Yeah, but it's so Southern. It sounds so nice. Like even when they're insulting you, they're trying to make it come across as being nice.
Yeah. All right. So other things that people think of when they move here.
Healthcare. What you got? Tell me.
So within Summerville, there's 3 different hospital systems.
Yep.
Right? We have Trident.
Yep.
We have Roper, and we have MUSC. Those are probably the 3 big ones.
Was there an MUSC hospital here?
It's gonna be. Yeah,
it's coming.
Yeah.
In next, they're building a brand new MUSC
building
hospital.
200 bed.
Summerville Medical's been here forever, and that's a Trident hospital, right?
It's a Trident. Yep.
And they it's full hospital. They're birthing babies over there and doing the whole thing.
All things. Yeah.
And the MUSC's, that's the kind of the teaching hospital in town. That's the kind of a brand new hospital. The Roper right in between Carnes and Mark, where Mark is. Brand new hospital.
Yeah, so plenty of doctors. If you break something, if you fall over, all of that stuff, we've got you covered.
We've given
on that.
plenty of our money to all of those facilities with our children.
Between us and our children?
Yeah, our kids may be dumb sometimes. Bless their hearts.
Bless their
hearts. But VA also. So not in Summerville, but
Charleston.
we have a huge VA hospital down in Charleston, half hour, 40 minutes away.
Yeah. And then, so the things that you thought of when you first moved here.
No
You
snow.
wanted to know about what?
Alligators, hurricanes, and bugs.
So, are alligators a big problem here, Jeff?
No.
They're really not, right?
No, listen, as a northerner, I was concerned. I'm picturing some alligator gnawing on my foot or something. We've had, like, it just doesn't happen. Anytime they become a problem because some moron fed them cat or something, or chicken, we'll say chicken, they remove the alligators and they take them off to an alligator farm where they live
Alligator heaven.
happily ever after in a beautiful place with lots of raw chicken to eat. Alligators have just not been a problem. I have one in my neighborhood that I see every now and then. There's one that cruises around Carnes every now and then.
They're
the
not
other neighborhood
huge,
I saw a bunch in was what's the golf course I played? The community that my parents used to live in.
Oh, Coosaw.
It seems like there's a lot of alligators at Coosaw.
Yeah.
But I never hear of any problems with them.
Well, maybe that's how they get rid of their neighbors that are
the
problems.
people that are complaining were eaten.
Yeah, that's why they're all fat.
Was that what it is?
The alligators, yeah. That's
Oh, I thought you meant the people.
No.
Wow, why did you say that? Although they do have a nice clubhouse there with a restaurant.
Oh, yeah,
Yeah,
it's
for
good.
this. So if you want to get fat, you can go live in Coosaw and just take
And
the
then
golf cart.
everybody says, I heard you have them big palmetto bugs.
Yeah, that's like the bless your heart thing. Palmetto bug is a nasty old cockroach. It's a cockroach.
It's big, though.
Yeah, they're big. They'll eat your leg off.
But we've got a solution for that.
Yeah,
We've got some great vendors. And
Bob will get out there, spray your house, you're good.
Yeah.
And the last one is hurricanes. And this one is, so listen, I've got 12 years experience with this. You've got double that.
Yeah.
I'll be honest, when I first moved here, a couple hurricanes rolled through and I did leave town.
Yeah.
And I absolutely did not have to.
No. Not in Summerville.
No.
Now, if you're on the coast in the Charleston area, that's one great thing about Summerville, I feel like. By the time the hurricane gets to here, it's downgraded. Even if it was a hurricane category 5, it would be at least a 3 by the time we got to Summerville.
Yeah, I feel like it would. Yeah.
I mean, I'm no weatherman, but
No?
I feel like that's pretty accurate.
Jeff and Mark, meteorologist. We got you covered. And part of this is evidenced by the fact that the vast majority of Summerville is not in a flood zone.
Right.
So we don't really have the flooding problems. Listen, down in Charleston, downtown, full moon, high tide, like it floods without it even raining sometimes. We just don't experience that here in Summerville. I looked into getting a generator because being from the north, I'm like, oh, hurricane comes, I don't want to be without power.
Don't really need it.
Yeah, my neighbor, he saw the truck at my house and he came over after the guy left and he's like, hey, you might want to rethink that because like we never lose power here.
He's like, you can spend 20, 30 grand if you want to, but you're not going to really.
I wouldn't. He said, get on the Facebook page in the neighborhood and ask how many times people lost power. And so I did. And it just, everything's underground.
My neighborhood in 6 years.
Yeah.
3 times.
Yeah, I had one morning for like 9 minutes. I had to wait until the power came back on to get coffee.
It's nothing.
Yeah, I'll be all right.
Yeah.
So it's funny. We get those 3 questions all the time.
Yep.
Because we have so many people coming in from the north, and I get it because we have the same questions.
I'm trying to think of any other. Oh, taxes. People always ask about taxes.
Yeah.
For property taxes. Way less than many other places.
Yep.
Probably not way less than everywhere, but way less than many other places. I own a 2,100 square foot house. I think it's 1,600.
Yeah.
You own a 3,000 square foot house. It's what?
23.
2,300.
Now listen. So, we're always going to give you the good and the bad. Here's the bad.
Yes.
In South Carolina, your vehicles are taxed
every year.
So
I just paid mine last.
Did
night.
you? How much? Like $400? $300?
$395, and I own a 2020 Dodge Ram pickup.
Yeah. So you get taxed on that, and that also includes like boats. And here's the weird one: if you have when I had a boat, I think I got taxed on my trailer, on my boat, and on the motor that was on the boat because it was an outboard.
Oh my god!
Yeah, it was crazy.
Now, part of that tax, I realized last night when I paid it, as a $70 repeat fee for the DMV. $70 is already in your tax bill for your sticker for your car.
Oh,
I didn't realize that till last night.
Okay, so that is your, where I came is your registration.
Registration.
And I used to pay back in the day $36 for that a year. So that's all. I think it's up to like $78 now in Pennsylvania, something like that. But so listen, just move here and drive a hoopty.
A hoopty?
Yeah, you know what a hoopty is?
I don't know what a hoopty is.
How do you not know what a hoopty is?
I don't know. I'm a lot younger.
An old nasty ride. Just don't have a nice car because it's taxed on the value. I think when I did get my brand new Bronco, and I think I bought it for $42,000. My tax was just over $400, I think. So that's the bad. But when you put all that together, we told somebody one time that was coming, wasn't she from Jersey? She said, "Hey, how much is the tax in this house?" And at the time it was like $1,800. And she said, "A month." And I said, "No, a year." She made me prove it to her. She made me look it up online and show her taxes were going to be $1,800 for the entire year. Oh yeah, she's like, "Sign me up." Sold.
So in the end here, like, Summerville is more than just a place to live. I feel like it's a lifestyle. Yeah. People say all the time, "Hey, I moved here, and it took me 3 months to adjust because I felt like I was on vacation."
Yeah.
All the time.
Yeah.
And just kind of getting used to that, seeing palm trees and
outside of the potential for a hurricane, the potential for a bug, the potential for an alligator. What don't you like about Summerville?
I don't think there's anything I don't like.
I think traffic is becoming more of an issue.
Compared to like a Boston, though, or a Pittsburgh.
Listen, anybody that ever complains about traffic in Summerville, I tell them to go to Atlanta for one day.
Right. You'll be solved.
I would say the only time when I really have an issue with traffic is right in like downtown Summerville, like by the Walmart, the Target, the Kohl's, all that stuff. Like 2 times a day, once in the morning, once
by Target. But we go around that.
That's the thing. Always trust the ways, and so there's plenty of roads to go around the traffic. And when I say there's traffic, I think the worst case scenario is you sit through a light.
Yeah,
it's not like you're sitting through 7
lights.
No.
Yeah, it's like 2 lights.
And then the other thing to think about is if you're gonna work downtown and you work a 9 to 5 Monday through Friday, Summerville may not be perfect.
We need to get you over to Mount Pleasant or
Mount Pleasant, West Ashley, James, Johns Island, even down into North Charleston. And there's still new home communities in all of those areas we just talked about.
Yep.
I probably wouldn't want to live in Summerville and have
work on the peninsula.
Yes, because 26 gets a little squirrely sometimes, and all it takes is one accident, and it can really extend your drive time. But if we have people that are like nurses that work shift work that aren't doing a 7 to 3, they do 11 to 7. Like Summerville's great because the traffic's fine. But I would caution that if you let us talk about some other areas in addition to Summerville, if you're a 9 to 5er that works downtown.
Yeah. Now just know that that's going to be 100,000 more.
Yeah.
Because you're close to the coast and close to Charleston.
Back in 12 years ago when I bought here, my house was my exact house. The builder built here and in Mount Pleasant. It was $100,000 more in Mount Pleasant for the same exact house on the same exact piece of property, and now that number's probably $300,000.
Think so? 300
from here to Mount Pleasant.
Wow.
Now there's still lots of other areas. Even Ladson is a whole lot closer to town.
Yeah, that's true.
And still has
a good price point
and close access to everything that Summerville and Goose Creek and all those areas has to offer. So that's a good area also.
Yeah. So hopefully this video delivered some value to you about the Summerville area. We tried to hit on the things that we get a lot of questions about. Do us a favor though, if you like or you got any value out of this, hit that like button on the video, subscribe to our channel, and we are doing 3 videos a week. So click that little bell, and then that way you can be the first to know about all things Summerville and Charleston, right?
Yeah, that's it. And if you didn't like this video, bless your heart.